Okay. Ooh, I am huge. Hi, everyone. Immediately, I realized I made a mistake. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Changeling the Lost Littlebrook Reunion. I will just quickly fix my camera. Thank you all for joining here. And while I'm doing that, how about we kick it off with some announcements from Touring?
Announcements.
Woo!
Today is 7 days left on the Hunter the Vigil Second Edition Kickstarter. It is currently at $79,000,
Woo!
which is 300% of what they
Nice.
were looking for. The newest stretch goal is at 77,000, which we actually have passed. So that one, skip that, is the last one that they have really listed. Right now, what they're doing is they're pushing for a total of 1,692 backers. I think we're at just over 1,500 right now. Once you get to that, they'll add a new add-on reward, the Council of Bones transcripts, PDF bundle of first edition titles that can be added to any reward tier for only $3, and that'll
Council of
include
Bones.
Witchfinders, Spear, Finger, and Dark Eras, Doubting Souls, which are all for Hunter the Vigil First Edition. And that's on top of a bunch of the other First Edition stuff that they've already unlocked. So if you back Second Edition, you'll get a whole bunch of great content from the First Edition as well. So that's the big one. That is going until, I believe, 2 o'clock Central Time next week, Thursday. So we'll probably have one more update at the beginning of our next week's session, and then that will be it. The other thing is that the Chicago by Night for Vampire 5th Edition is now available. If you don't have it at your local gaming store, tell them to get it. Otherwise, you can purchase it through the Onyx Path, I believe.
That is correct. You can buy it via Drive-Thru RPG, I believe, print on demand, and PDF. I can strongly recommend getting the book physical copy though, because I've been using the PDF for a long time, and I also had it printed out in a binder. Having a physical copy is a lot easier. Suddenly, it doesn't take me a minute to look up one of the NPCs. So go get that now. It's a great book, and it is a good show of what the Onyx Path is capable of when it comes to V5. This is definitely very, very, how would you say it? It is living up to the reputation of the previous editions of the Chicago by Night books, because this is the third edition of it, I guess. So you had a first and second edition. All right, brilliant. Thank you very much, Toring, for that. And let's have a little bit of a introduction. I forgot we need to do an introduction as well. We've been doing this for so long now. We'll just zoom right through it. We'll start with Nova and then work our way up. Nova, Lars Tide, Jonas, Nate this time.
Hi, I'm Megan. I play Nova, and she's a beast with like maybe some anger issues.
Just a smidge.
Hey, I'm Toring. I play Lars. He is a wizened, and he is the grumpy old man of the group.
That means I think it's my turn.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Kitsu, and I play Tide, and they, them. And Tide is an elemental with a bit of a wears the heart on their sleeve, I suppose. Not always a good thing.
Sure. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. 50-50. Perfect. Thank you, Jonas.
Hello, I'm Adam, and I'm playing Jonas, sneaky, paranoid Darkling, who tries to keep out of trouble as much as he can, but trouble keeps on coming anyway.
It happens.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? Thank you. And Nate, last but not least.
Yes, I'm Harry. I play Nate the Fairest, and oh boy.
Oh boy.
That's your
I think that sums it up pretty well.
I feel like that's how I start every episode.
Agent of Chaos.
Agent of Chaos. Just telling us that you're playing Chaos in every edition of Warhammer, and I am not surprised in the least.
I'm playing Death in Age of Sigmar.
Oh, well. chaos and death then, I guess. That's much,
Hell yeah.
much better. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, Trev, Silas couldn't join us today. Well, I say unfortunately, but I'd like to give a huge congratulations to the couple who have, I believe, just gotten... Am I allowed to say this? Oh, he didn't say I couldn't, so congratulations on the child.
They're getting a baby. We don't know if they
Hey,
got
we
it
got a
or
baby.
not yet. Hold on.
Nope, no, we don't know yet, but I think kind of maybe went very fast. And
It's happening
Yeah.
anyway.
it's happening.
That's what he said.
Yeah, that was the message we got. It's happening, guys. I can't play today. I would
Yeah.
stream, but the hospital Wi-Fi doesn't have a lot of bandwidth. It's like don't
No.
stream. But yeah, we got a question. There was no game last week, unfortunately, because Windows decided to update my computer at the very last moment, and unfortunately, we
Thanks,
weren't able to
Windows.
play. Yeah, that was a huge source of stress for me, but I'm back and I'm at it again. So let's have a little recap of things, shall we? You guys came back. Was it yesterday you came back, or was it the day before? I think it was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you came back yesterday from a little sojourn into the hedge, and you'd been gone for a grand total of 20 minutes, although to you it felt like half a day. You went there essentially to find the stolen crown that had been taken, the crown that represents spring in this case, a crown with antlers and things like that. The crown, unfortunately, was being given to one of the true fae, one of the fair folk, and you did manage to steal it back, but you also did manage to set the entire goblin market on fire, although that in many ways could be seen as a improvement to the goblin market, as they were currently busy eating each other. So that was unfortunate. You made your way out of the goblin market, and while you were doing this, you also, by pure coincidence, freed a little fire sprite who turned out to be another changeling called... what was her name again? The F word?
Flicker.
That's the one.
Yeah, Flicker.
Flicker is very friendly, very fiery, and has a little bit of a temper as well. But there was some quick bonding going on there between Flicker and Nova, I'm sure. Friendship right away. And you came back only to find that none of the changelings of Littlebrook were available for you to reach. But you did manage to get in touch with them ultimately, but not before the wooden bridge, the place that had served as an exit for you twice now into Littlebrook from the hedge, was burned to cinders. Unfortunately, who could have done this horrible deed? Flicker, who I'm bringing up for no particular reason, all joined forces with you as you went to meet up with the other changelings who were returning from the caves underneath the forest, where the huge machinery that you still don't know what it is. They said that they needed to fetch some not mercury but lead to create a new leaded mirror, and they would be going off to the hedge to do that themselves. But Mrs. Blackbird and her husband Wenceslas stayed behind because she's heavily pregnant and he has just recovered from 17 years of lying on a piece of machinery, slowly draining his life. So obviously not fit for fight. However, one person was missing from this group of changelings, and I am shocked, horrified that none of you noticed that Inkwell was not with the others. Turned out, after a short meeting with Wenceslas, where he informed you that you needed to destroy his fetch, well, this is turning out to be quite a lot, now that I think about it. He told you to destroy his fetch, which would be found at the White Stag Parks Lake. And before you did that, he told you to go check up on Inkwell. And it's a good thing you did, because Inkwell kind of lost his head for a moment. You found his decapitated body in his office atop the printing store, which was, I would assume, fairly traumatic to most of you, although you have seen some rather horrible things lately. Strangely enough, his body didn't seem to have any blood in it, or there at least wasn't any blood on the desk or anywhere, and you got in touch with Mrs. Blackbird, who informed you to just get out of there. She would handle the situation. So you split up, you did your things, and then essentially went to bed, correct? Or did I miss something?
No.
We took his laptop.
That is true.
I built a new one.
You built a new one, a new laptop out of the components, and you got it working. Unfortunately, you don't have his password, but you do have a working copy of Inkwell's laptop at the moment, with like 20 times the battery power too.
And Nova spent time reading all those letters, and they got a little steamy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's true. There was a hidden message in the letters. Now, what was in that letter exactly? Aside from it being very steamy.
Boy, you're asking me to remember details, and Nova was real focused on the steamy part.
Those were actually the hidden messages.
Yeah, I was like, oh my. Oh,
But
Inkwell, this is gross.
it was
but she kept reading.
essentially communication between this freehold and the freehold of was it Minneapolis, I believe, and it was mostly just checking up on each other. Although the communication had stopped for a brief period, about 17 years ago. Strangely enough, or perhaps not strangely at all, there was stuff missing anyway. I know that Jonas also went to spy a little bit on his true love, who was just doing stuff. Tide was hanging out with Flicker.
We got her to bed, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. And what did Nate
In
do?
the library, which is a great place for a fire elemental, surely.
Oh yeah, nothing bad can happen for that.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh yeah, there was a smell too. What was the smell of? Do you remember? It was some kind of small
Almonds.
almonds. Exactly. There was a strong smell of almonds in the office. Thank you very much, Pink Gazelle. You do remember a lot of what happened last session. So, player of the game. Very important player. Vip. Yeah, never mind. Sorry, I'm a little bit hyped up. I've been drinking energy drinks, and I'm on vacation, so I've been sleeping too much. So this is how I'm usually at. This is why I don't sleep more than 6 hours every night. But yes, Blackbird freaked out about the smell of almonds, but she didn't tell you why. Thank you very much. And I do believe that is the last of what happened. Did Nate do anything in particular?
He was planning something, wasn't he?
Yes, I was planning a homicide.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were planning to kill the. Yeah, you were essentially preparing to murder the fetch of Wenceslaus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Perfect. So good old theater kid, Nate. Well, you know, you got to do what you got to do. He had a lot of time to contemplate his life choices when he was standing as a statue, and you know, he decided I should have been a murderer instead. But there we are. It is night. You've all gone to bed, and most of you are having fairly restless dreams, occasionally waking up. But this last time, when you open your eyes, you realize that it is very, very quiet around you, much more so than it usually is. And as we begin to play this game of Beautiful Madness, I would like everyone to describe the room that they're sleeping in.
Nova's basically kind of squatting in the coffee shop part of the closed down to the last drop. So she's kind of made a little like corner with some blankets and pillows, and just kind of like curls into that. Like she's not too worried, and she can't go upstairs because the ghost is really being a jerk. Like she knows there's a bed up there and stuff, but like no, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Me and Tide and Nate is sleeping in the same room, right? In the library.
I believe
Or
so.
are
Yes.
Yep.
Probably Flicker too, then. Do we have
Yeah.
that many beds in one
Oh yeah, you
place?
do. You have a bunch of bunk beds.
Okay.
And Lars is in his small little basement room room. One side has more of an army cot and a little side table, and the other side is a large workbench scattered with old style tools and a bin full of parts. And on that is the portable computer that he just built.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, it is quiet. It's almost as if you're inside a soundproofed room. Like, you know the feeling when you don't hear the natural noises from outside. You don't hear the small echoes from sound waves bouncing off the wall. It's just like you're in a muted kind of room. All of you are feeling this. Does anyone have a window in the room?
I probably do, since it's a cafe. So there's even if I'm back in the kitchen, there's still upper windows.
Yeah. You notice right away, Nova, that the tree outside doesn't have any leaves on it at all. It's in fact covered with a slight bit of snow on it, just like about a inch or two of snow. And those of you who are in the library, there's a small, because you're in the basement right now, so the ground is kind of a little bit higher up than where you are, so you have this little window up at the top, and you can't see anything through it. It's completely pitch black.
Are we? I'm looking around to see if the others in the room are awake as well.
Yeah, everyone is woken up at roughly the same time.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I think I am. What's going on?
I hop off the bunk bed and kind of go to the window. And I try to place my hand on it and see.
It's very, very cold.
Okay.
Which is not really a problem for you, but it's as cold as when you make this sword in your hand.
When I see Tide react weird, Jonas jumps out of his bed and starts putting on his clothes.
It's cold. I don't know if this is ice or snow.
Oh, jeez, what's
it actually hurts me, when the sword did, or no?
It doesn't hurt you, but it is like touching a window that is, if the outside is below 0 degrees Celsius.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't hurt me.
Your breaths aren't fogging up, but this room is pretty well warmed up. Surprisingly, a lot warmer than usual. Could maybe be because there's a person in this room who is a little bit hot-tempered.
Is Flicker still in the room? Do we see?
Flicker's there, and she's sitting up in the bed and kind of rubbing her eyes, going, "What's going on?"
We're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna go up and go look out of the bigger windows upstairs.
Nate, call Nova and I'll call Lars.
Will do.
I'll take my phone and start calling Lars.
Yeah, you're calling, but there's no dialing tone. Instead, there's just this kind of weird, familiar music playing in the background. It's like some kind of jingle that you recognize maybe from a commercial, but it's so vague and quiet that you can't really make out what it is. And Flicker kind of gets up and she looks around the room like, is something going on? What's weird? She's wearing this huge T-shirt, like Iron Maiden Tour of '87 T-shirt.
Yeah, something's going on. Just stay right here.
All right. Okay.
I go up the stairs to the bigger windows in the library.
Yeah, you immediately see, because the windows are so big that they're not covered completely in snow, but you see outside that there's got to be at least 3 feet of snow outside. and it's still falling slowly. The library is completely pitch black. There's no lights on anywhere, and the only light is coming from outside and from the reflection of light in the snow.
I try to turn on the light.
Doesn't work.
Okay, I go to the nearest computer and I try to turn it on.
Nope, no power in the computer.
I go to the do they have like a security alert system or something in this library?
Yeah, I mean there's a security system by the front door, but it's a simple thing.
Okay, I go there and see if it works. Is it beeping? Is
Nope,
like the light
nope.
on? No.
There's no power on at all in this building.
I back slowly away and I try to go downstairs as fast as I can again.
All right. Flicker. I'm gonna go to Flicker,
yeah.
and I'm going to see if she could maybe, I don't know, if we could like light a torch almost, like make a torch out of maybe like a table leg or something, and toss it out into the darkness.
You want me to put something on fire?
Yeah. This, and I'm gonna hand her the leg of a chair or whatever
She
I
kind of
find.
looks over at Jonas right away, like, should I?
Jonas gives a small nod.
All right. Okay. So should you wrap some cloth around the table leg?
Yeah.
So she kind of just puts her hand on the cloth, and you see how her fingers kind of start glowing this orange, like the same kind of glow that you would get from really hot metal, and it kind of lights on fire almost immediately, and you see some bit of ashen and what would you call it? Little sparks flying off her hair, but it kind of fades as soon as she stops. Embers. Thank you very much. Kind of embers flying off, but it fades as soon as she stops lighting the thing on fire.
All right. So like it fades away. It doesn't light.
No, the fire stays, but her fire fades.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. So I'm gonna see if I can open one of the doors or something where it's pitch black and maybe shine some light out.
In the library or outside? Like open a door to
Outside the library.
All right. So you go up to the back door, which is the one you've been using to get in all this time, which just has a basic lock on it. And
Do we meet like halfway? Where am I in all
you're
of
on the
this?
upper floor, and they're on the bottom floor. If you remember, it's like a circular upper floor, and then you go down, and downstairs there's a couple of branching doors, and in one of these rooms, the room you were staying in, there's also a back door that you can go out through, and you open this door. I would say it's supposed to open outwards. You try to open this door, and you realize it won't budge.
Oh shit.
I mean, there's like you can move it. You feel some resistance. If you pushed hard enough, then maybe you can open it. But it's obviously not something supernatural to it. It's a lot of snow in the way.
Oh. We need to get up higher, up to a higher floor. Go out a window, maybe.
Yeah. We need to get to Lars and Silas and Nova.
Agreed.
Or should we wait for them? Do you think that they will notice this and hope that they will come here instead of we going chasing after them?
Look, there's more of us than they're all separate, right? We should go out and find them. We have a better shot than if one of them comes alone.
Sure.
I have a question before we go. Anything? I can't find my note on what happened to the hoodie with the crown. Do I still have it?
I believe you gave it to.
I gave it to Matthew.
Yes, you gave it to Matthew.
Okay, good. So then Tide is running around in a t-shirt and some cargo pants from the 2000s.
Oh wow.
So that's a thing.
Well, I
now
mean,
comes back down barefoot. Like there's 3 feet of snow outside, and there's no electricity in the building.
Tide, I don't want to push on subjects if you don't want to, but does anything of this like sound familiar, ring any familiar bells? Like you have some affinity to ice and snow. I don't recognize this, but it was like summer yesterday, and now it's winter. Do you know anything about this, or you for that matter, Nate?
It wasn't me. That
No,
much
I
I
don't
can
think
tell
it
you.
was you.
I mean, it could have been. I don't know what I can, the extent of what I can do. It's a little bit different than what it was inside the, that other place that we don't talk about. But there's a possibility that we are the ones that are cut off. Like it could have been a lot of snow and some kind of wire or something snapped. That's a thing that can happen. However, I don't remember. Do I remember if Littlebrook ever got this much snow?
Oh yeah, I mean this is up in the northern part of Minnesota. This is not uncommon. It is uncommon in August though, that's for sure.
Yeah. This is not normal though. Like this
No.
not in August.
Nobody, like I'm fearing the worst right now. Did anyone teach you? Do you remember if anyone taught you? Did you taught yourself like to make cold, like ice swords and the things you do?
She told me I could do it. She also told me I was too much of a coward to do it. So I taught myself.
Okay.
But I mean, this is not like there's only so much power I can hold and I can have. I don't think, if this is not natural, which it doesn't seem like it, I don't think it would be one of us. It would have to be one of them, which is worse. But, I look at Flicker like, we don't know. Right?
She kind of just shrugs. I mean, I don't know.
Do you remember anything like this before?
I was in a lamp. I don't know.
I mean, listen, I was in a well, but still, maybe something comes from somewhere else. It's okay, just a question. It's fine.
No, I mean, I can try to melt the snow outside, but I don't know if we ever did stuff like this. I didn't. I mean, I set the whole market on fire, and she starts kind of glowing up when she starts thinking about that. And not in, the glow up way, but the kind of starting to burn way.
All right, should we, trying to divert attention. Okay, should we head out? Tide, maybe you should, I don't know, take one of the blankets or covers from our beds if you don't have any, if you're just in t-shirts.
Yeah, I mean, I give Matthew my hoodie. Yeah, okay. I go grab it. I'll mostly be fine. I should be fine. I don't know. I've not been in ice for quite that long a time ever.
Okay.
But I'll go get a blanket, I guess. I can try to see if I can.
What if you make like a poncho out of it? Flicker says.
Could you help me? Could you burn a hole in the middle?
Are there any scissors here?
Oh, maybe they are. I'm gonna go look in the desk.
I mean, I could. She kind of falls out.
No. You keep your. Listen. You also have a limited amount of power. You have. You might.
Are you saying I'm not as good as you?
I'm not. I mean, I don't know if I'm as good as you. I've never said a fucking. Sorry, I shouldn't be cursing around.
You said a curse word.
That's an F word you can actually say, though. That doesn't.
She kind of just.
I mean, you shouldn't, but don't say it, cause I'm such a bad. I'm not good with kids. Fuck.
Nate, can I burn the fucking snow away?
Just burn the fucking snow.
Yeah.
Nate!
She kind of heads up to the front door and just puts her hand against it, and you hear like a steam outside, and the door is kind of maybe getting a little bit burnt as well, but yeah, she's melting away the snow.
I go get
let-
scissors
yeah.
and make a bunch of
Yeah,
videos.
let's
Sorry.
go to Lars. Lars, you wake up in, was it your workshop?
The little basement hidey hole.
Yes, your little basement hidey hole. It is pretty cold here right now, which is strange because usually you haven't felt like you've been affected by any outside temperature. You've been in here while it's been raining, been dry. You've been in here while it's been like a really warm day, been dry, been cool even. But now you're like, you can see your breath fogging, and it is very, very cold down here right now.
Okay. So Lars would probably, because he doesn't really have any like heavy winter clothing yet, would probably pull the blanket off the bed and wrap that around himself, and then he would grab the device that he completed last night, the computer, and he would head up to the ground floor and out
Can
because he's in
you?
a
Oh, can you get to the
basement.
ground floor here?
Well, he's at the really narrow stairs that run outside the building.
They were outside the building, yeah.
Yep, so he'd head out there.
All right. So, problem. There is. Does it open inwards or outwards? Is the first question. The little hatch.
I think it opened inwards, if I remember
I
correctly.
believe that is correct. I was trying to remember. It was a while ago. Yes, it opens inwards. So you open it, and there is a wall of snow right outside.
Interesting. Okay. Um, he would go and make something that would melt the snow. Probably not like a flamethrower, but more like a piece of like a coil of wire or metal that could heat up that he would use to melt his way out.
Oh yeah, it's simple. Copper wire, battery, a heavier steel rod in the middle or something, and then something to grip it with. Pfft, no problem. You make that in 10 minutes tops. And it's pretty okay. Like you have to kind of wave it around, and it sizzles, and like water is flying everywhere, and there's steam everywhere, but you get out. It takes a little while, but do you like make a tunnel, or do you make a whole passageway for you to kind of move normally?
Probably just a tunnel to get up to like the street level.
Yeah. It's pretty dense snow. It's not the kind of powdery snow of super cold, but rather the kind of wet snow that clumps together. So you make an almost ice like tunnel out that you crawl out through, and you kind of have to melt so the steps are grabbable so you don't just slip down because you have to get up. But pretty soon you burrow out of the snow like some manner of hair out of this, and it's the whole town outside. Well, you're in the industrial area roughly, and there is no one there. There are no cars around, no people out. It's snowing slightly, and it's the kind of snowing that is also creating a fog like if you know it's snowing wet snow. So visibility is only maybe 30-40 feet before it kind of becomes almost impossible to see what's happening.
Perfect. So he will make his way around to the back and to the shed where his mount is hiding.
Oh yeah. You head to the shed,
Hmm.
look in there, and there is no car nor beetle there at the moment.
Son of a bitch. I don't suppose there's some pieces of wood or anything in here?
There's some pieces of wood. There's no sign of it leaving through anything. There's nothing broken, no sign of,
Mhm.
break-in, anything like that. But there's a few planks lying around.
Perfect. Then he's going to use those and his toolkit to form skis and head towards the library on top of the snow.
Brilliant. That's going to take you a little while, not too long. But while you're doing that, we're going to go to Nova. Nova, you're on the second floor of the cafe, right?
Well, she'd be on the first, but I think
sorry.
I think she'd kind of move forward to like where the front is, and I'm picturing it's probably just windows and a glass door, like cafe style,
Oh yeah.
and she would see the snow.
There is a lot of snow out there.
She'll try the door.
That would open out, I think. So
Yeah, probably.
it's tough. Like you can maybe open it because there's like a little staircase up to not staircase, but like steps up to the door. So there's not a lot of snow there. You start pushing it, and if you push really hard, which is almost to the point where you're worried you might break the glass, you could maybe slide out in the opening, but you can't open it completely.
She's gonna think for a second, and then she's gonna actually go up to the apartment up there, and before she does anything, she's gonna see if she can find more clothes, a flashlight, other stuff that they would have up there, and maybe see if she can open a window on the second floor and get a better view.
Yeah, you head upstairs. It's surprisingly quiet from the bathroom, but it's midday, so maybe she's busy not being a ghost at the moment. But you check around. You don't really find much in ways of winter clothing. You do find some shirts that you can kind of add on as layers. They're kind of men's shirts, so they're pretty big. And you do find a pair of really old rubber galoshes. Is that what you call them? That they don't really fit you, but if you also wrap your feet with some shirts, then maybe.
Oh, she's shirted up. Every shirt she finds, she's got like
Yeah,
every layer, jamming them on her feet.
Yeah, you
Ready.
wrap yourself completely, and you're like almost a sphere now,
Yeah,
but you're
yeah.
warm. You're warm.
Nova's not playing around. She's like, okay, thanks, ghost lady. These are probably for dead husband stuff, so I don't mean to be rude or anything. We'll deal with this later. I'm gonna try to go outside now. Have fun haunting later if I don't return.
There's no reply.
Yeah.
Which is weird because you usually get like a bang or hello or something like that. You know, the usual spiel. Nothing.
She's probably just being salty. And she kind of heads down the stairs and tries to see if she can jam herself out the door.
Yeah, you sort of press and you brace against the frame and push the door just a little bit further. And luckily you have a few layers of padding, so that's kind of pressed in. You're like, and you're out. You can almost fall into the snow. And how tall is Nova anyway?
She's probably about 5'3", 5'4".
Yeah, this snow is
Shorter.
up to like her stomach.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
what are you gonna do? You start waiting. There has been no plowing at all on the roads on the side. You can barely see where the roads are. You see the street lights. That's what you have to orientate yourself with. And you have to be kind of careful because there are ditches by the side of the road, so you kind of sort of have to keep on the road. On the other hand, there are no cars out moving, obviously, so it's pretty okay.
How far is the library?
You were fairly close to the library because you passed this when you went from the roadside diner to the library. So it's normally it would be a minute at most walking. Now it's like 5 to 10 minutes walking.
Yeah, she's gonna find whatever has like the most visibility and the clearest path, just in case someone's coming looking for her, and she's just gonna like semi-roll and trundle along slowly but steadily, maybe swearing a little under her breath.
Yeah, it's slow moving, but you get there eventually, and you walk past some buildings. There are no lights on in any houses. There's no people outside. There are occasionally parked cars, but they're almost buried in the snow. There's no lights on anywhere. The street lights aren't on, and like I said before, the snowing makes visibility very very difficult.
She'll just try to find that whatever's the easiest entrance to the library, and see if she can access it, or at least a window to bang on.
Yeah, you hear a sizzling from the front door of the library, and you see the snow kind of melting away from it a little bit.
Oh, she's like, oh, okay. Let's see what's happening here. Swears a little more, just kind of trundles over. Right to where the steam's coming from.
Yeah, and roughly, and through some sheer coincidence, as soon as you arrive, so too does Lars, and the door opens roughly the same time as all of you converge in this one location.
What's happening? It's like winter in August. Oh, hi, Flicker.
Hey, Nova, how you doing?
Wearing everything I could find.
It's quite a look.
Thank you.
You look cute.
I will take that as an actual compliment, and thank you.
Do you have any idea what this is?
I don't. I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither.
A nightmare.
Oh yeah, that's good. I
Sounds
like
about
that.
right.
There's been no other movement besides us. My mount is gone.
The beetle's gone?
Should we try to go to Miss Blackbird, see if she's gone as well?
It's quite a way. How long is it to get there? Chris.
To the school or to Mrs. Blackburn?
Miss Blackbird.
To Mrs.
To her
Blackbird.
house? Oh, that's normally 15 to 20 minutes of fast-paced walking. Now, I would say over an hour, maybe more. It depends. If you want to... It really depends on how you want to travel.
This is weird. Is there access to the library's roof?
Good question. I think there should be. There is like this emergency... No, there wouldn't be that because there's not... There is a maintenance ladder, but it is usually out of reach. It's a little bit higher up than anyone would be able to jump, but if two people were helping each other out, one of them could easily reach the maintenance ladder to get up.
All right, anyone need a boost?
Chris, do I remember if there is a big mirror in Mrs. Blackbird's home?
You weren't
somewhere?
really in the home. You were on the porch, the veranda, so you didn't see any mirrors there, as far as you know.
But yeah, I mean, you want to boost me up? Let me if we can get a look, and we can see if there's any other activity anywhere.
Sure, here. I'm gonna like hold my hand out like the, the
Dude,
lifter.
Nova's gonna go for it. She's feeling confident.
We want to make an athletics roll for Nova.
No, but I will.
I gotta make one too, right?
Yeah, I
'Cause I'm doing
think
the lifting.
Nate, since you're boosting Nova, you're giving like a +1 dice to Nova's
Okay, that's
dice
fair.
pool.
I don't want to be mean, but what about all the extra clothes? Is that hindering it somewhere?
No, if she falls, it's just gonna be soft.
Kitsu.
That is a very good question.
I'm
Since
sorry.
since you literally made a point of saying you're wearing everything you could find, I'm gonna say that nullifies the +1, so you're on your basic dice pool. Thank you.
Makes
Kitsu.
sense.
What's athletics and what?
Athletics, strength, I would say, since you have to kind of lift
Okay,
yourself up a
let's
little
do
bit.
this.
Can I go help too so I can disable this?
You
How
helped
you-
enough.
2 successes.
Yeah, you've helped enough. You're good.
All right. Tell you what, roll 1 extra die because Tide is trying to help you as well.
Oh, okay. Help. All right. No, nothing else. Just the 2.
All right, just 2. Okay, so what happens is that Nova, you kind of grab onto the ladder and you go like, yeah, I got this. Okay, I got this. You don't have to hold me up anymore. And they kind of let go of you, and then you realize you don't got this, and you're just dangling from this ladder, like you're holding on, but you don't really have the strength to lift yourself up. But you're hanging in there. You could.
This is a good plan.
You sure you got this? You don't look like you got this.
It depends what your definition of got is. I'm not falling. Someone else want to try, or she's just gonna hang there.
If Silas was around, he would have just been able to lift you up so you could easily grab on with all 4 of your limbs.
So maybe I'll just drop, and someone can climb a tree, and she's just gonna let go.
Poof! You fall into the snow. But
did Flicker see that?
Yeah, Flicker saw it. She's kind of giggling to herself quietly.
Nova tries to get up, but she can't quite get up because she's like a ball of fabric.
Like a roly-poly rolling around, like can't get up.
What did you want to do on the roof anyway?
I just if we
That's
see
what I was
higher.
gonna ask.
Well, if we see higher, we can see if there's any other activity. Is there smoke or steam or movement, and head towards that. Also, it sounded fun, but it was not fun.
Okay. Listen.
Do we wanna pop one of the flares, or are we gonna wait and get out?
Like, if there's no one out there, is there any street lights on?
No.
Nothing.
No street lights are on, but on the other hand, you can't really see that far from down here. It's possible you might be able to catch something from up on the ceiling. The roof.
On the roof, you mean?
Sorry.
I have a feeling that there is actually someone out there, and I don't know if we want to find that one. Who else would have made it snow in August?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, we've got a pretty good idea of where this is coming from without needing to get it. How we fix it, that's something I don't know.
Hold on. Help me here for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
We were inside the hedge for what felt like hours. But when we came back, it was only 20 minutes. How many hours were we in there? Could you gauge? Could someone feel it? Because we gotta convert it, because we can say we had 13 days, but what if it was 13 days in the hedge and those 13 days are up, and she's here to get what she's due?
That's entirely possible, yeah.
Yeah, then we're fucked.
You can roll occult wits, I guess. Anyone? Trying to figure out if that's a loophole.
I'll give it a shot. I got a dot in occult.
Is it okay if I roll as well?
Yeah, everyone can roll separately. It's fine.
Yeah, I did ask for help because this is not my
This is everyone
field.
going. Is that what happened? So I'm like considering the option. Anyone with 3 successes or more?
Wits and what
0.
occult?
0.
Oh yeah,
None.
no.
Oh my gosh. And Kitsu, you got none?
I got only 2 dice to roll. I'm not
I
gonna
got-
get 300 dice.
You got.
I mean, I can
Yeah, you
try.
can have explosive successes. We got 3 successes from Nova though.
4.
I got 1 success.
4 successes. All right, no, but you remember that she said next full moon, which is in 13 days in the real world. So it wasn't a specific amount of days that she said. She said the full moon. So that's got to be by your standard because there wasn't any moon in the hedge.
Nova says this as she gets up, as she eventually struggles up. She's like, "Nah, it was for the full moon. It was our moon."
Tide helps, gives her a hand. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, that's a relief of some kind. But it's still weird. Like,
And you said your beetle was gone and everyone else. Maybe the other option, if there isn't someone coming here, is that we have been taken somewhere.
Are we even awake?
That's why I was thinking some kind of a
Pinch
night.
myself. See if I wake up.
Nova will pinch Nate too. Give him a little help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nate, you get pinched. You pinch yourself and you get pinched. You don't wake up, but it does hurt.
Oh shit. Okay.
Is that enough? Should I stop?
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay. So let me know if you want more pinches, though.
Did that even hurt though?
Want me to
Yeah,
go
a
harder?
little hard to pinch. Dun,
Ow!
dun.
I am having some weird issues with my internet. Is the stream still running? Sorry for just interrupting, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything seems
it's
fine.
weird because nothing else is working. Okay, sorry.
Oh my God,
sorry
it's
for
creeping out. No, I know.
It's getting into the real world.
this is weird.
The
though.
wind's blowing outside. I
Please
don't
get
like
someone
it.
confirm
Yeah, like
that it's still running.
legitimately where I am, there's a crazy windstorm going on outside.
It's the
And we
same
have-
one. I thought.
Just
Yeah,
to
it's
the
kind of
same
know
one 'cause
that
you're in
it's
Rochester, right?
described
So,
here
like-
in Stockholm as well. Not as much, but just to save the wet, shitty count.
Yeah, we got.
Nope,
We did not. It has not snowed in Stockholm for this whole winter. But yesterday it snowed, and today it snowed. So this is a
Damn it,
sign.
Chris.
Good old late February snow. Yeah.
Damn it,
Sorry, I
Chris.
planned this last week. there was no snow.
It
then.
was meant to be.
It's not his fault.
True.
Mm,
Okay,
Okay.
we're getting also confirmation from the chat that it's still streaming. So apparently
Yeah,
everything but Twitch is not working.
Though. So, but the pinching, I don't want to be the just coming with all the negative stuff, but pinching did not help when we were stuck in the other place.
Nova hit him.
Oh, okay. Wham!
Nova's whamming Nate.
Did you just punch him?
I thought Jonas. Oh, do you want me to punch Nate too? Wham!
Ah,
Wait, Jonas got punched?
Son of a bitch. Ugh.
I'm ready.
Nova.
I'm helping. Yeah, what?
No more. No more punching.
Oh, okay. Did it help?
I'm gonna stand
No.
with Flicker for now.
It hurt, but you're still here.
No more punching. It's fine. Physical violence is not gonna make this better.
Oh no. I'm all out of ideas.
You sound disappointed.
Would it be cool if a punch fixed everything? It's what I'm bringing to the party.
It would make
I
your
mean,
life
you're
much
not
easier.
wrong. But yeah, sorry.
Is Flicker asleep?
Touch me
No,
and you'll
not
die.
listen.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so that's not what's happening. But how do we know?
Fucking
Maybe
burn you, insect.
Ah! So you're cooler now for some
Children.
reason?
Children,
Mm,
stop.
mm.
All right.
One of us is swearing.
that's fucking hilarious. I mean, that's hilarious. I'm not supposed to use that word.
Good job, Tide. Keep at it.
What? I didn't say anything. I mean, I did, but never mind. Anyway,
Anyway.
okay. Here's the thing. Let me try this. I just try to summon my sword. I do the ice
Yep,
outline.
it appears perfectly normally.
Anything different about it? No.
Nope. Well, it's easier to make since it's pretty cold outside.
Okay, so I don't know why. I don't know anything new about this. Like, this feels the same. Like, it's easier to make because it's cold, but I didn't do anything different. Like my. But then again, I can't say my powers felt any different when we were inside the hedge either.
I
I know
have a
there were-
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
either, and correct me if you think I'm wrong here, either we are in the hedge or worse right now. We have been taken. The other possibility is that someone is here looking for us. Uh, Either way, maybe it would be wise to find, if we are in the hedge, to find a way out again, and if we are hunted here, maybe find our way away from here, maybe back into the hedge. Maybe go to the bridge is burned down, but maybe go to the woods or one of the other places and see if we can come out or come back or get out of this place for now, at least.
Jonas,
Yes,
question for you.
let's hear it.
Last night you had mentioned wanting to join one of the courts. What court was it that you were thinking of joining?
Winter or autumn, I had my mind on.
Well, maybe the winter court is here for you.
Or maybe, remember when we found Wenceslas? Everything was in ice. Everything was frozen. Could it be that they did this? Like, I mean, the other changelings did this, and were like just to freeze it, to not make, for them, like remake the contract in some way. They had all the items, didn't they?
No.
What were they missing? The mirror?
The mirror.
They
What
were
if they
going
come back with the mirror and did this?
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to where they did that contract before.
Good idea. It's quite a bit off, though. But
It's
yeah.
going to take us a while.
What about the dude that we had to? Sorry to throw this in, but I can't think these things. They come and I can't stop them. It's difficult to concentrate. It's just okay. Hear me out. This other thing. So that's one thing, and the next thing was, what about that dude that Wenceslas said we had to take care of?
His fetch?
Yeah.
His fetch is in a state park that is hours of driving from here.
Shit. Okay, keep going. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, so closer would be to go to the location where they did the contract. If you think that they've recreated it, that would be where they would do it probably.
Would it though? Because if the snow is here, they might have done it in town.
Maybe if we head towards there, we can look for people on the way, and that way we're heading towards a purpose, but also we're looking to see if there's anybody else around anyway. We can't stay here because nothing's gonna get fixed.
Especially if
That's
Mrs.
true.
Blackburn's is on the way.
That's true.
I don't know if it is, but
Everybody put on all the clothes they can find.
We don't have a lot of clothes here. Could I
could
borrow
probably-
one from you?
Yeah, I got like 7 layers on. She'll take off 2.
There's quite a
Someone
few
wants
blankets in the library too. Like if you want to make improvised ponchos, it wouldn't be a problem. It's pretty easy to make.
I'll relieve Nova of some of her clothing.
It's amazing. You just peel off layer after layer, and there's still just so many shirts left.
Yeah.
You should. Oh, you have another one. Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
but
there you go.
Okay.
Do you prefer blue? Wait, that
Flicker kind of looks around like I'm not cold. No.
maybe you can help keep us warm.
All right.
Am I cold?
You're cold, but it also doesn't like. You've been cold for so long that it's kind of like, it's just slightly more cold. It doesn't really bother you.
Okay. I'm okay.
All right, well, I will warm you up if you are close to me.
Okay.
All right. So where are we going?
Is the principal's house on the way to the ritual location?
The ritual
they did-
location is very close by. It's actually just behind the library and the little patch of woods. So it's very close by.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's start there.
Let's go that way.
You start heading into this forest that's behind the library. It's not a very big forest. It's just this patch of trees. And you start moving slowly. Flicker is making a little path for you with her flames. And Lars, I assume you're helping with your improvised heat...
Snow melter.
Snow melter. That's a good name. It's a work in progress.
Work in progress.
And you just keep moving forward. It's slow walking, and every now and then there's a tree around you, but after maybe 3 minutes, you feel like you should have reached this place. I would like everyone to roll a wits composure roll, please.
Oh, hold on. Before we leave, I go take my box.
All right, you take your box.
I'm lugging the box with me.
The
the one
portable
with
hold
the-
box.
Yeah,
What box?
the one that you didn't want me to take.
Oh, that box.
3
Wits
successes
and-
on that wits composure
3
for me.
successes,
Mhm.
2 successes. 3 for Touring or Lars. Jonas, how you doing?
I got no successes.
Again,
Nope.
the dice.
5 successes. I
At least
rolled.
I have a good party with me today, though. So they
That's a
make it
relief. Yeah,
successful.
they're being really
Yeah.
mean to you, the dice right now. Those of you who got 3 successes, you're feeling like, yeah, we should have probably gotten to that place by now, for sure. Tide, you don't remember bringing with you this box until about 3 minutes of walking. You turn around to go back and get it, and you realize you are literally you're literally 2 feet away from where you started.
Guys, this is not. We look behind you.
Oh, no.
Okay, so apparently someone doesn't want us to go that way.
Yeah.
Question is, can we go in any other direction? We could meet up, but
Well, Nova and I made it to here. So let's see if we can go back that way.
Maybe aim for Mrs. Blackbird.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
You make it up to the main road, and you see, of course, the track that both Nova has and Lars have made. Nova's track obviously being a little bit more obvious. And you start following it, and you kind of cross through the center area of town, which is, because you're on the south side of town right now, just slightly north of the river, and the gated community as the very north part of town. So you head north, and pretty soon you spot a light in a window. It's the only light that you've seen so far, but you're also heading somewhere. You're actually approaching the center of town this time. You're not just walking in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, so
Should we see whose light that is? Yeah.
I was just gonna say, let's stop and maybe Jonas can go and take a look.
You recognize this place. It's a little bit hard to when there's this much snow, but this is the printing place.
Oh, God.
So this is where we found
Yeah.
the body.
Yeah. And the upper floor
Oh,
is the
well.
office where you found the body, and that's where the light is.
That's where the light is. Oh, that's wonderful.
Hmm.
Uh,
That's concerning.
Yep.
I don't have I don't really want to go back there, but
Nova's willing to go in. She handled it actually disturbingly well.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'll try the door.
Yeah, you
like,
might need backup. I'll follow.
Okay. So she's gonna go up and she's gonna try the door to the print shop.
Yeah. Nova, you try
Hey.
to. Oh,
Be careful, cause yeah. Sorry, just don't die.
I'll try not to, but the rest of you hang back. I mean, Flicker, you hang back too. Don't get hurt, kid.
don't tell me what to do.
Didn't get hurt, kid. Oh my god, I'm trying to be sweet. Nate, come with me. Do you have a gun? Let's do this.
Yes, I do.
But she trundles still like in lots of layers, so she's trying to be tough, but she's also just like a ball
Waddling.
waddling over to a door.
Yeah, you head over to the door, and Nate and Nova, you both realize that the closer you get to the door, the more everything kind of comes into focus. And it's something you didn't think too much before, but everything's been super blurry. Maybe that's part of the snowing, but like the outlines, silhouettes of buildings have been blurry. Everything in here is crystal clear. It's like you were in the middle of a summer's day. Everything is fine. It's warm inside. It's comfortable, cozy. It's pretty. It's like it calms you just being here.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna keep going forward, Nate.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going with you. So
Yeah, so she's
got your
gonna.
back. Oh, we lost
We
someone.
lost Touring, unfortunately. Did the
Lord.
internet finally catch up to us?
No.
This is weird though. Not even Google is working for me. I'm sorry for breaking up, but like this
Oh,
is
no.
this is
That's-
strange.
Everything
It's
else is
happening to
working.
us.
The stream seems to be working.
Yeah.
Lars is not working, but everything else.
Ah, sorry.
Sorry,
Sorry, folks. Tech happens.
Susanna.
Yeah.
We can continue since it is Nate and Nova, and for a little bit at least, to a point where maybe we should wait. But you head inside. Doors unlocked, no problem at all. And obviously, the copy place is just as you left it last night. There's some half-finished printing going on. There's a computer turn on. Welcome back. But now everyone has been moved around. There we go. Okay, now everything is as it should be. And you have the back door, which is where you entered to go in the staircase leading up. And that's pretty much it. Like, this room in itself is warm and cozy and comfortable, but welcome back. And do you go into the stairwell?
Yeah, I think she's like, I had this feeling that this is probably what we're heading towards, Nate. So I'm just gonna do it. You don't have to come if you don't want to. Like, I don't have to put danger in anybody else. But I don't think we get to avoid this.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay. Yeah, and she just kind of like gets determinedly kind of like goes up those stairs.
Yeah, you open the stairs and you find yourself in this wooden construct. It's definitely a building, but it is made out of wood, and all the the steps are made out of planks as well. This is like an old tower, maybe something built, you don't know, maybe 100, 200 years ago, something like that, like a watchtower or something. And there are steps going down, and there are steps going up, but way, way, way further up than it used to be, because this is just a 2-story building.
Hey, Nate. We should get everybody else, I think.
Yeah, that's a probably a good call. I'll stick my head out the door and just yell, "Hey, everybody! You might want to see this."
Okay.
Okay.
Tell them there's no headless corpses, so like it's great.
Does it smell of almond?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no almond, no body. You should come see it though.
Yep.
Okay.
Great. Thank you. Start to move up.
Is everyone following? Lars as well?
Yep.
All right. So you head into the stairwell, and you start ascending it, and there's just so many steps. Is any one of you keeping count?
Probably
No.
not. Not me at least.
Now who would? So
Be real honest.
Lars
there's a
would.
lot of steps. Lars does?
Yeah, he'd keep track.
Yeah. You
That seems
gotta-
like something a wise person would do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Detail oriented.
You're like, how many
Yeah.
steps? Because you start thinking like, okay, this many steps for each floor if they're this tall,
Mhm.
and by your calculations, at the end of it, you should be on like the 13th floor of this building. It's a long way up, and you see Flicker kind of gets more and more annoyed, and she starts lighting up, and then she goes like calming herself down, thinking about the stuff you told her, and she actually digs out these little balls of paper that she lights in her hand, and that seems to help her relax.
Oh.
And you get to the second floor, which would be the 13th floor, and it is the same office door that was leading into the room where you found the inkwell. This is a kind of fogged glass door.
I offer Nate my hand. I'm like, we got accountability, right?
Yep. I'll take
Okay.
Tide's hand.
I still have the sword out, I guess.
All right, you step
I've got
inside.
a Glock in one hand and Tide's in the other.
This is not very efficient.
It's like the ending to Fight Club. All right,
I hope not.
Yeah, God, no, I hope not. You step into the office, and it is the same room, surprisingly. But there is no smell of almonds, no smell of death. There's like a little oil lamp standing on the desk, and you see Inkwell sitting in the chair, but his head is still attached to his body. But there is this thin red line across his neck, and his eyes are completely white, and the usual kind of smirk he has on his lips is just gone. It's like he's just staring straight through you.
I don't think I need to poke him to figure out he's dead. The fuck is all this?
No, it's gonna be hey, Inkwell.
Boom.
Oh God! Oh no! Oh
He
no!
kind of just stirs. It's the kind of shaky motion that you kind of reminds you of Wenceslas now that you think about it. And he doesn't get up. He just looks, and as he talks, there's nothing of his old voice. It's some voice you've never heard before, and it goes, "Time takes all, but a world without glamour is nary a world at all, but a husk without a soul. Is it two sides of a coin? Is the solution quick death or a slow one? Is it a coin?" And you wake up in your beds. It is summertime. You're lying in your beds. There's no snow outside. The birds are singing. It's midday, though. You've been sleeping for a long time.
Lars is going to immediately write down as much of what the guy said as possible.
Jonas will do that as well.
See, Nova's on her phone, hey Tide, so I had a really weird dream. Did you have that dream too? This is really, really weird. It was cold, yeah, right? Also, you still have Flicker? Don't say hi.
Like, Tide looks at the phone. This is all a message, right? Or
No, it's all a message, yeah.
No periods, no commas.
I had the dream.
Thought.
You
love
can see Tide's. Oh no, this is an old phone. You don't see it. Tide start typing.
Yeah, it's like, who knows?
I look at the phone and then I just like look up. It's like, ooh, are you guys okay?
Jonas just jumps out of his bed and runs to like somewhere in the library to find pen and paper, just like murmuring the verse for himself, what he remembers. Like, time takes all.
Fucking Jonas, don't run! Just run.
Flicker is
Sorry.
sitting in the bed. She's looking very confused. Like, did you?
Yeah, I think we did.
That's fucking weird. Gonna cover.
Don't say that word, Jonas.
Do you want me to repeat what it said for you to write down, or?
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. So, time takes all. Or sorry, I'll wait till everyone's ready.
Yep.
Okay. Time takes all. Yet a world without glamour is nary a world at all, but a husk without soul. And this, everyone's writing. Second verse, if you're ready for it. Is it two sides of a coin? Is the solution a quick death or a slow one? And finally, the final one is it really a coin?
Huh.
Another message. Dear Tide, there was a lot of words. I didn't get the words. I'm never going to get those words. Someone knows what those words were, right? Though? Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, I took that back. Yeah, we all had the dream. Jonas just ran off. I think he's writing it down.
Good. He's a wordy guy. Boop.
But yeah, it's about 11:40, 11:50-ish. You're kind of hungry. It's weird. It's a typical day. There is a
Jeez.
message in all your phones, though, from Mrs. Blackbird. And the message is, we've dealt with the situation. Currently busy. We'll talk to you tonight. And another addition to it is, sorry you had to see that.
I write back, what did you do, in caps lock and question marks, and like there's like a couple a few exclamation points. I can't talk today.
Eggplant emoji. For no reason.
The reply is, can't talk about this over phone. I'm sorry.
Jonas comes back. Okay. So I guess everyone got the message from Mrs. Blackbird. We can save all of our questions till tonight then, perhaps. I was supposed to meet up with Winceslaus now and for the court thing.
And we were supposed to go take care of that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we were.
That's like a full day on itself. If we leave now, we're not back in time for a meeting with them.
Yeah.
What did you say? It was about 3-hour car ride to get to the national park.
Yeah,
right?
something like that.
Yeah.
2 hours if you go, the Minnesota speed.
I take up my phone and call Lars.
Yellow.
So I guess you woke up from the thing as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we supposed to meet at Winceslaus?
I think that's best, since obviously the rest of them are out. Maybe he can make some sense of what Inkwell told us in that dream or vision or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you should I'll bring the others alone and we'll head there now perhaps.
Okay, I'll swing by and grab Nova.
Great. So yeah. Okay, everyone, let's go to Winceslaus. Maybe he can help us with this until Miss Blackbird is available.
And Lars will go to the cafe and grab Nova and bring her there.
She's wearing 2 extra layers just to be on the safe side.
That's probably a good choice.
I mean, it's a
No.
Minnesotan summer, so it's not super hot out. So.
She'll leave one like wrapped around her waist, fashionably.
In the 90s, fashionably.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely. What's still the future for her? So
totally Raven. Was that what the name was? The show?
That's so
Raven.
That's so Raven. Yeah, that kind of fashion.
One flannel around the waist and one on and open. Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what Nova's kicking right now.
Which is
Totally
ironic
drunk.
since Noah completely missed the 90s. So you just
Oh, yeah.
reinvented a style.
Look what I invented. This has never been done.
Flannel.
Yeah.
I need to show you the Backstreet Boys at some point.
Why would I want to know some boy? Well, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah,
They sound real shady. What are they doing in the back street?
mostly sing actually and dance.
Well, I'm sure Backstreet will be back. All right.
Yeah,
Boo.
eventually.
Boo.
I won.
You did, because they are back, aren't they?
That was terrible. Your beetle is back. Speaking of being back, by the way,
Oh,
it was never really gone.
Yeah. But we'll leave him where he is for now.
All right. So how are
Lars,
you? You're just walking
sorry.
past? Oh, sorry. Are you
I
walking
need
past?
to
the cafe?
ask something before we go. Lars, I'm
Yes.
glad the beetle is back. Did you ever give it a name?
Bailey.
Okay, thank you.
He's from the 40s. It makes
It's
sense.
true. That is so true.
I thought long and hard on it, and that is what Lars would name it. As much as I hate it, that's what Lars would name it.
I mean, it's not a bad comic. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Sorry for the interruption. That was
No, that's
important.
fine.
Beetle needs a name.
Beetle.
Good.
God, Beetle Bailey. Ugh.
Yeah, we're just meeting at Wenceslaus, so that's just across town. So yeah, you just walk past the cafe on the way.
All right. You all head over to Wenceslas and Mrs. Blackbird's house. And just like before, you see Wenceslas resting in a hospital bed out on the veranda, the porch. And he seems to be asleep when you're arriving.
Seems to be. I bind over just quickly. Try to feel his pulse.
Just throw yourself at Wenceslas. Yeah,
Literally,
not only
I
does
just
he
kinda,
seem to be asleep, he is asleep. But he wakes up when you grab his arm to feel for his pulse. Like, oh!
Sorry. Sorry.
Startle him to death.
Oh,
You need to hold my
Tide.
hand. You should let me run off and scare people, Nate.
All right.
Sorry.
Where's the accountability?
We found the corpse yesterday, so I just wanted to check. Sorry.
You found a corpse yesterday. What?
We told him about this, didn't we?
No, we only told his wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
We found a
what
corpse.
Is it Inkwell?
Yeah.
yeah.
Inkwell.
Unfortunately.
How did he die?
Missing a head.
What?
Nova will sneak a bit too, and just very curiously, and almonds.
Sorry, I
That is
shouldn't have said that. I
that is
guess.
very he looks completely out of it. He's like, no. He's dead. Almonds?
Yeah.
What did you do?
We didn't do anything.
We
took his computer, right? That's what they're called, computers.
yeah.
And then we called your wife. And then we left.
Are you okay? I mean, I know mentally you can't be okay right now, but like physically, does he look weaker or?
Well, you'd say he looks about how you would look if one of your close friends, if you were just told that one of your close friends was killed and decapitated.
Yeah, I mean, Ty doesn't have tact, but that's okay.
I'm gonna
Oh.
whisper to Tide, just gonna pull her aside and whisper. Have you realized that the timing is a little odd? Like, think about it.
I know,
His
but
head comes off. Then it's missing, by the way.
yeah,
And then we get a text that they figured it out. I think they did something.
I think they used him, didn't they?
Yeah.
In
What
some
are
way.
you two whispering about? What happened? Why? Where are the others?
Well, we said we notified your wife, and she said that she would take care of it. And then last night we had a dream that the entire town was excuse me.
It's okay, take your time.
Covered in about 3 feet of snow. And
Madeline hasn't told me anything. You spoke with her yesterday. Wait, snow? You dreamt?
yeah,
3
Tell me more
feet
about
of
it.
snow.
3 feet of snow covering everything. And when we made our way towards here, we saw a light in his office. And when we explored, he was there with his head on, but the wound visible, and his eyes milky white. And he said, and then we'll read him what I had written down.
What does it mean?
We were hoping you could tell us that.
Oh, he seems to be talking about some kind of choice. No?
Choice
Yeah.
between quick death or a slow one? Seems like there's
It has
really
something
not
to do with
a
his murder.
choice there.
It has to. It's. 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 Oh. I'm sorry, I can't think. This is a lot. And I think that he's talking about. Okay, here's the deal. I think we don't know. Like, the only time that I've seen that kind of frost. Well, no, I've seen it in the winter, but it was very much like, I think at least when you were in the cave. And is she not home? Why didn't she tell you these things? Do you guys not talk?
I've been sleeping until now.
That could have been it. Okay.
I
So
Yeah.
maybe she just didn't get her. She also sent us a text after the dream, which I think is important because she said, "Sorry, you had to see that." So
Well,
I think that meant the dream.
or it meant the body.
Yeah. I think man, they're up to something, I'm telling you.
What?
I think they used Inkwell.
Who used Inkwell?
You know, the
Matthew and the others.
yeah,
Are you suggesting they killed Inkwell?
that's exactly what I'm suggesting.
You don't know them. How can you
I just
say
want to be
something like
clear that I am not suggesting that. This
Well,
is the
I'm
first
not.
that I've heard of this.
Wenceslaus, I'm sorry that we sprung this on you in your arrest there. Madeline probably had a reason not to tell you, and it should have come from her perhaps, and not from us. We had hoped that she maybe, since we had an appointment this morning, that she would have told you, but maybe it's best if we leave you at this. If there's something, or do you want our company, or is there anything we can do for you? Otherwise, before.
I'm I need time to think about this.
Yeah,
I'm
of
so sorry.
course.
You haven't been to the lake?
No,
No,
no.
of
But
course.
we will go there soon. But we will maybe leave you here, and then we'll come back when you have recuperated from the news, and maybe talk to Madeline as well.
Maybe don't talk to her. Maybe don't let her know
Don't
you
talk
know.
to my wife. What? I don't
Yes.
like what you're insinuating about her.
I'm just saying, wait for her to tell you. She'll tell you, right?
Yes, of course she would. She tells me everything.
There you go. Okay, that's all we needed to know. Right?
Thank you.
Yes,
Yep.
Jonas. I when you return, if there's time, I will conduct the ritual. Right now, I don't believe I'm in the this. I cannot focus on the contract.
No worries. Of course not. No worries. We'll leave you, and we'll come back, and we will conduct our business later.
Of course. Are you heading to the lake now? Where are you?
Probably.
Yeah.
You have you heard anything of the others? Have they returned?
We haven't heard anything yet. No.
For now, I will keep this between us, but you must understand they will know that he is dead. If they don't already know, they will find out. Who took care of his body? Where is his body right now?
Those are questions for your wife.
Who I shouldn't be talking to, unless she tells me about it.
I mean, you know best what's best for you, but I'm saying that's what I would have done. Because at this point, you should be thinking whether you're safe or not. I'm just saying.
I trust you with this. I will give you the benefit of the doubt in this matter, and I will not speak with the others about it. I would like to be alone now. I am sorry.
Of course, we'll take our
difficult for
leave.
me.
Sorry for this, but I'm glad you heard it somewhere from us. We'll leave and come back later.
Thank you for
Bye.
telling me. Thank you. Flicker kind of
And
just
Jonas will start.
Flicker kind of walks
walk
up
away.
to him and kind of pats him awkwardly on the head. And it's like, it's going to be okay. And you head back to the beetle? No, you head back. Where do you head now? You don't have the beetle with you.
Back to the library.
Lars is going to say, everybody, are we going to the lake? It seems like we have time now.
I just want to ask, are we actually suspecting that?
Well, this was a conversation that we're going to have on the way to the lake, because
Perfect.
some people in this group seem to have no filter.
I'm sorry.
But I'm glad that you trust Wenceslaus impeccably, and that he has nothing to do with this, at least.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. He was laying there. He looked dead. ran over.
Oh, that's not the part that I'm.
I also said shit I wasn't supposed to. Flicker,
Yeah.
don't start saying shit now too, okay?
I know what shit
Um,
means.
Flicker, say all the words. Be cool.
No,
I'm cool, okay?
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
she's learned it. I'm so proud.
I don't have the. I guess I don't have the filter that you guys have. I'm gonna start biting my lip more often. I don't know. I don't know who to trust. I don't know what to trust. Someone died.
Well,
Yeah, why don't you have a filter like I do? This is crazy. You gotta think first, Tide.
I like how I have the Chaos Gremlin reputation, but like we're completely ignoring
no.
Nova.
there's 3 of you.
Yeah, there is 3 of you.
There's 3.
What you're talking? Yeah. Nate, Tide, Flicker.
No, wait, don't
Yep.
drag the others into this. I was at fault here. So
Alright,
I'm sorry.
Everybody grab your things. Meet at the library in a few minutes.
All right.
Is it far, Chris? Is it far to go to the printing shop from here?
The printing shop is about, I would say, 10-ish minutes tops to get.
We can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I guess I have only left control for push to talk. The printing shop is 10 minutes if you're walking slowly. And it's on the way to the library. Like you're going straight through the center of town, past City Hall to get to the. I really need to look at the map I made again. But yeah, it's on the way back to the library. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Good. Thank you.
So, do you want to swing by there and check it out again, or what?
I'd rather not go in there, but maybe just swing by just to see from the outside what it looks like. If it's like all the police are involved, or it's just
Burned to the
everything is
ground.
silent. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll meet you at the library. I'll be right back. If you don't want to join me.
You shouldn't
I'm thinking of not
go
being
alone. What if something happens? Man, now
Okay.
I'm paranoid all over the place all the time.
I've
Yep.
noticed. Okay. Tide, you want to come? Just a quick look by. We're not going in. We're not breaking anything. We're not causing any attention. We're just taking a quick look.
So, okay.
Great. Meet you at the library, and Jonas will head off along with Tide then to the printing shop.
Mm-hmm.
You head over to the printing shop, and there is a sign hanging saying "Gone fishing, back later." Everything looks the same. There's no police lines. There's no tape anywhere. There's no sign that there's been any trouble in here. Although the prints that you saw in the printer, they're gone. It's been cleaned up a little bit, like if someone just cleaned shop and then left.
I think we can suspect that there is nobody inside anymore. So let's just head back to the others.
Yeah.
So you all rejoin at the library, and you're there. Lars, were you going to get your car, or are you waiting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So by the time you get to the library, Jonas and Tide, Lars arrives with his beetle, and Tide is, of course, sitting in the shotgun seat, unless someone is challenging her. No, not Tide. Sorry, Flicker. I'm sorry. And they. Sorry.
Stay over there.
Yeah.
And then we'll sit in the back.
Yeah, no, Tide doesn't. Tide's just like, they don't know.
I don't know how I mixed up Tide and Flicker. Sorry, but I guess both elementals.
Oh, damn.
They all look the same to me.
Yeah.
That's so elementalist of you. Wait a second.
That's true. I'm an elementalist.
That doesn't work.
Are we bringing Silas?
We can assume that you are if you want.
Yeah, we would want that, right?
Let's say that Silas, he didn't have the dream. That's peculiar. He wasn't in the dream. He didn't have it. So he's been listening to you retelling. He said, "Huh, that's it's very interesting. That's really strange. You told him that Inkwell was dead?" Like he's asking these questions as you go.
Yes.
Huh.
I told him that Inkle was dead.
Well, he
I
would have
led to
found
it.
out sooner or later. Yeah, you're going in the car. You're going for a little trip.
3-hour tour. 3-hour tour.
3 hours. Okay, so here's the thing. Like Flicker and Nova are just like there's space where nothing's happened, and then all of a sudden like a little like wrapper goes across, or a pencil that's found and just kind of like flicks towards the front.
And it hits her, and she makes a little ow, and then a little fireball comes flying back at Nova.
Stop
The
it.
same thing, burning essentially.
Burn my beetle.
She started
and I
it.
burn their asses.
I'm not throwing fire.
Well, you're
It
throwing
slipped out of my
things at me.
hand. We hit a bump.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Can you
I'll
guys
bump
behave
you.
like adults?
No.
They're
Nova,
not.
Or at
You're
least
an
you
adult.
know.
Hmm.
Please don't start fire throwing fights with
It was.
Flicker.
Can we stop at McDonald's?
There is no McDonald's on the way to this.
I'm angry.
Behave and you'll get a Happy Meal when we get back.
All right.
There is this
I'm an adult.
old gas station that's manned like 2 hours a day, and it's automated, and it's tiny, and it has like a little store that sells weird candy. That's the only thing on the way to the White Stag National Park.
Nova's gonna demand to stop. I'm gonna get some candy. Okay. She comes back
The
and she
last
has a
thing you need is more sugar.
But here, look. She's like, "This is for you, Flicker." She gives her a smaller version of the bag of candy she got, but there is candy in it.
She kind of, at first, she looks happy. Then she spots your bag and she kind of scowls, and she looks happy again because this is the first time she's gotten candy, you think, in a long time. Because she kind of looks at it, takes one out, and nibbles at it. And the look of surprise on her face when she realizes this is actually something good, and the bag is just gone in less than a minute. She's just scarfing it down.
It was like, I'm an adult.
Sugar, high fire elemental. Good going there.
In this small enclosed space, this is going to go well.
I'm smart.
I didn't want to bring this up earlier, but because I thought we needed to go through a couple of things, but I'm not entirely sure I'm down with doing this. With this thing. If you want to do it, I guess fine.
Killing the fetch?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, just it's not real. It's not a person.
Well,
We saw Harry's or Nate's.
Yeah, I know.
It was a construct. It was a balloon. It was.
But it thought it was a person still. It still maybe lacked the essential part of what Nate might have been, but it was still like it could feel and think and all that. I don't want to. If you want to do this, fine, do it. I'm not sure I want to be a part of this, but I can guard the beetle or something, and maybe Flicker maybe me and Flicker could, or do you want Flicker to be a part of this?
No.
What's a fetch?
It's the thing that's put in place of you when they take you.
What, they replace us?
Some of us, yeah.
Wait, so there's like an old Gene walking, like a Gene walking around.
Yeah.
Wait, is that my name? Cool. Okay, that's weird.
Do you remember anything what Jean used to do when she walked around before?
No, I just remembered my name just now, Gene.
Gene.
That's weird. That's a weird name.
It was the candy.
I'm not sure I want to have more candy.
Okay, if you want to remember anything else, I still have more, but not for long.
So maybe me and Flicker could watch the beetle, and
Yeah.
you'll go.
I don't really want to kill anyone.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
That's fine.
don't
You don't
think
have
Do
to.
not apologize for that.
What
You don't have
what
to
if
do
we
it if you don't
talk to
want
him
to.
first? See if he's killable or not. Like on a emotional, a moral level. Like maybe he's just a jerk and it'll be like super easy.
Jonas's fetch is a jerk.
Yeah, see?
Well, he has also been trapped in this void of time for the last 20 years. I don't know. I haven't seen him since everything was broken and lifted and everything.
Are you defending him?
Why not?
He's what replaced you. He's the reason why no one but me went looking after you.
It wasn't his choice.
He didn't know that.
Wasn't it?
Well, I don't know. But he did things that I wish that I had done if I had been here still, but and maybe if I never came back, maybe it would never have happened.
Dude, he flicked us off. Remember? We just went there and was standing outside. He said he was gonna call 911. He showed us the screen of his fancy phone, and then when we were looking at him, he flicked us off.
And that's
I would not mind killing him, honestly. Nor my fetch for that reason, because she's a bitch.
He gave you the bird?
Yeah, she's a bitch because she left him all this time to rot in here, something I would never have done.
But I don't think that is reason enough to kill him.
That's maybe true.
Wait, so they don't
and
actually
I don't know
they're... Do they know that they're fake?
Nate, yours looked...
Yeah, he didn't.
No.
Hey, so I know, I guess I'm not really the paranoid one, and I don't want to take your position, Jonas. This is not me coming for your position or anything. But, okay, so how do we know that Wenceslas, the one we know, how do we know he's not the fetch?
Because we could see it.
I think we should talk to this thing and, put our eyes on it. At least before we do anything else.
But I'm not gonna... I agree. We should talk to the thing. You should talk to it before we do anything. But I can already now see where this is heading with every one of you, and I would rather not be there for that if I can avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do it either, if that's any consolation.
Well, then we're just going to talk. We can
Sure.
come up with a story like we're selling magazines or our car ran out of
6
gas.
people pull up in a VW van.
Yeah.
Hi, we're here to sell magazines.
Yeah. You have to work really hard to do that now because print media is dying.
There is something with your
Literally.
creativity, Nova, that could be put to good use somewhere.
Yes. See? Okay, so Jonas is on my side. Let's roll up and do this.
Tide like sits against the window and pulls legs up and hugs them like
Just in case, I'm gonna put the Glock in the in my waistband.
We have
Lars.
plan B. Nate has plan B. It's a gun. It's
Yeah.
always a gun.
A gun and some extra dots in firearms from all my beats.
Is the safety turned on?
Yes, the safety is definitely on. No way,
Alright.
I'm not gonna shoot my dick off.
You're the one who said
We'll
it,
see.
not me.
We'll see. Yep.
We'll see.
The thought is planted in the storyteller's mind now.
But I'm-
never say never. I'm sorry, that's all.
Just making a note.
Is there anything
Lars,
more?
Lars,
Oh, sorry.
Lars,
Yeah.
do you still what do you think? Should we talk to it, or what are your thoughts on this?
It's it's not real. It's a construct of put in place by them to remove suspicion. They take us and they put something that's not human, something that's not of our world in our place to live our lives. There's no question in my mind that it's deserves, I don't know, mercy, because it's not an animal, it's not a human, it's a pile of things that's animated through their vile magic.
We are also we're not animated, but if the vile magic is what makes it okay to kill, then we are also a part of that.
We are humans that
Are we
were,
though? Have you looked at yourself in the mirror lately?
we
Do you
were
look like a human?
we were humans that have been touched by that same magic. These things, they aren't. Aries had a balloon or Nate's had a balloon for a head. We at least have some spark of humanity still in us. They never had that.
What do you mean with some spark? It have thoughts, it have feelings, it had the ability to flick us off.
He'll point at the computer in the back seat and he'll say, from the research that I've done, that thing can have or mimic thoughts, mimic feelings. You think something that's powered by their magic can't fake that stuff?
If it's a pile of things, can we dismantle it instead of killing it?
I think dismantling it would kill it.
Yeah.
We keep saying kill it, but the thing is that it's not alive. It's a pile of pieces. It's like bashing that thing in the back seat to pieces and saying you're killing it. You're not, because it doesn't have a soul.
But the thing that we are hunting and killing then still has a life here, and still have people who loves it, and still have people who will miss it.
At the cost of whoever it replaced, though.
Yeah. And Wenceslas is back. This thing took his life. He's taking it back.
He wants us to kill it, and he won't. And Madeline doesn't want us does not want us to do that for some reason.
I don't trust Madeline. I'm sorry.
But then you also trust the one who is shown here. Then you don't trust, because Wenceslaus said that he trusts his wife, but he didn't want her to know about this.
There's something they're not telling us. You're right.
Exactly. And now they're sending us off to kill it, or his, and I don't want to do that.
You don't have to.
Could this be a test of some sort?
Yeah, I don't trust these guys. I was feeling okay about this, but now with this whole thing with Inkwell and Wenceslaus not knowing, I have a bad feeling about all of this.
Then we talk.
Yeah.
We talk to him, them, whatever we can figure out, and it's a starting point at least. It's better than just not doing some research, talking, something.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Tide, are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to do. Yeah, I don't know why I feel this way. I've been cleaning up imposters in the garden before, and it never felt this way. And I've killed the dragon, not really thinking much about it, and I don't know why this is stuck so hard. I guess because I knew we talked with Inkwell before. I've seen him. It's weird. Never mind. Anyway, yeah, it's fine.
We'll talk. We'll talk to it. Have one of those earnest conversations. See what it's all about. See if we can. Why does Wenceslaus want it killed, and why doesn't Madeline?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Flicker is getting a cold.
Yes.
Sorry, I ate the candy too fast. Anyway, so do we proceed? Do a little time skip to the lake?
Yeah.
You arrive at the White Stag National Park. It is, of course, a little bit colder. Still no snow, but because it's August. But there's a lot of pine trees up here. You've kind of reached the edge of where there's way less leaf trees, I guess, like because they don't.
Deciduous.
Yeah, thank you very much. And there's a park ranger car parked by the rather large ranger station, which is at the beginning of the trail that goes in a wide circle around the huge lake, which is right essentially where the park ranger station is. There's a beach with a kind of what do you call them, floats, like a thing that you can swim out to and get on and jump down from. Oh, I don't know the word for it in English.
Oh,
Like a slide?
like a barge?
A barge. Thank you. There's like a barge out in the water. There's a few of those connected to the beach, so you can go out into the deeper water to dive. And there is it really called a barge though? The ones that are like wooden planks on air tanks that you can walk out on.
Oh, like a floating dock.
Yeah, floating dock. That's the one. Yeah. So there's a piece of floating dock with a jumping tower out in the water, and there's a dock going out into the water. Most of the canoes are pulled up on the on the side of the water. There's a few rowing boats that are attached to the dock, and standing on the dock is a person. From the distance, it looks like a normal human being, but as you park the Beetle and get out, you see it's surprisingly thinner than a normal person, and it kind of looks misshapen slightly. The head is way too big for its body, and one of the arms is a bit longer than the other, and it's just kind of standing with its back towards you and looking out of the water.
Well, I think we see our new friend. Let's go talk to him.
All right.
So you approach and kind of step out on this floating dock, and it's a bit wobbly. There's some slight waves in the water.
Jonas and Flicker is Jonas is going a bit at the back and like tries to see if Flicker can be there as well.
Yeah, Flicker kind of wanted to stay in the car, but if you tell her to come with you, she'll come.
Like, can we see from the car? Can you see everything that's going on?
Yeah. The parking lot, you can see the entire beach and the floating barge or the floating docks, so you can see what's going on.
Jonas, do you want to stay with Flicker? Maybe you two can go make sure that there's no rangers, around, and if we need to not, do what we need to do, that they don't witness it.
Sure. I'll take a lap around and see if I can find anyone, or just keep your phones nearby. Flicker, wanna go for a walk, stretch your legs after?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Are they gonna kill him?
I sure hope not.
Okay. I'm not really I don't really like forests, but I'll come with you, I guess.
Yeah, I don't like forests either, but maybe this is a better forest. Let's hope.
Try not to start any
Alright.
fires.
She kind of sighs, looks around, and then goes, "I'm not gonna start any fires. I'll start a fire. Start the biggest fire." She's mumbling, following behind Jonas, kicking stones around.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are the ranger station is staffed. I call it a station, but it's more like a lodge building. Like it's a 2-story building made out of pretty solid logs, and it has this really rustic look to it. It's obviously been constructed professionally, but it does look like it's something that settlers would have built when they first got here. And there's a sign saying office hours, and you're like, there's 10 minutes left before they're closing for the day. But while you and Flicker goes that direction, the rest of you are approaching the fetch, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Tide offers Nate the hand,
I'll take it.
and gets cut a little bit, but doesn't let it go. I rolled to see whether that would happen or not, but yeah.
I think Nate has enough control over his
Oh,
sharpness,
okay.
so you don't cut
Sorry.
yourself. It's
Sorry.
okay though. It's kind of like fiddling around trying to find the right location to hold it in. It's a bit awkward, but you've held hands long enough to know the trick to it. You're
Okay.
accountability buddies, so you head out to the floating docks and step out on it. And as you do, the fetch, with his hands in his pocket, kind of looks over its shoulder, and you see its head is made out of chicken wire. And there's a bunch of twigs sticking out of it. It's supposed to look like hair. And it kind of goes, "All right, this is a quick death or a slow one." And I think that's where we're going to end tonight's session, because it is past midnight.
Oh, yes.
All right.
So, thank you everyone for another great session. I'm sorry we couldn't
Thank
play last
you.
time, but you guys are amazing. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. If you're a little bit confused, the episodes are available on this Twitch if you're a subscriber. And I've fallen behind in uploading on YouTube, but I will get to that immediately. I'd have no excuse. So hope you guys enjoyed it. We sure had a lot of fun, and we'll see what happens with the fetch next week. Same time, same channel.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye, people.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
goodness.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, goodness.